Hi, I'm Reshma Ram. I'm from Group 3, and our topic is implementation of CRC16 using a generator polynomial. So basically, I will be giving the introduction to the topic, explaining the problem statement. What the problem is that we have to take a code which we ask from the user, which we call the data word, and we have to transmit it through a certain medium so that the receiver can accept it. So when you transmit it, the code can get corrupted. So the basic concept is that we add some redundancy to the data word, and this code, the data word, with when you add the redundancy, it is converted into what we called a code word. Code word is what is actually transmitted through the medium. So in CRC, the code word that you transmit is the cyclic code. Cyclic code is the code word which when you cyclically shift it, the result you get is another code word. So I have an example here. The given binary data word here is 10110000. When you cyclically shift it, that is left shift, you get this code here, which is also another code word. This is the basic concept of a cyclic code. So we use these cyclic codes to detect errors, and a subset of cyclic codes is called the CRC, cyclic redundancy check. What you're doing in cyclic redundancy check is you're taking a data word, you're adding some redundancy to it. When you transmit it through the transmission, the receiver can check if this data word, which you converted to code word, was corrupted or not by checking the redundancy. So we'll see how it is done more clearly here. You take the data word here, which is given, for example, in the 4-bit data word, and then at the encoder, you pass it into a generator. What a generator does is, if the data word here is 4 bits, right? So you add 4 minus 1, that is 3 zeros to the right of the code. So it becomes A0, A1, A2, A3, gets 0, adds 3 zeros are added to it. After the zeros are added, the generator performs some kind of division, which we call the modulo 2 division, which will be explained later. And this modulo 2 division, you take the data word with zeros added and you divide it by the divisor. Here, the divisor is a very important point. The divisor is some kind of pattern that you will ask the user to provide. The divisor remains the same for the sender and the receiver. How do you select the divisor? The divisor is some kind of a universal pattern. It's a unique pattern, and only the encoder and the decoder will be able to access this pattern. So the data word that you have, you divide it by the divisor using modulo 2 division, and then the remainder that you get from that operation here in this code is R2, R1, R0, is appended to the previous data word. So here A3, A2, A1, A0 becomes this code word. So the remainder was appended to this data word. So this entire code word is transmitted through this unreliable transmission, because there can also be it can get corrupted. And at the receiver side, this transmission, the code word which is transmitted is received. Here you call it, you denote it by these letters here, Q0, Q1, Q2, B0, B1, B2, B3. This code word at the receiver is passed through a checker. What a checker does is, it does exactly what a generator did in the reverse order. It takes the code word, divides it by the same divisor here, the pattern, and that's why I said it's the same for sender and receiver. And then it produces some remainder here, which we call the syndrome. It's a 3-bit remainder here in this case. This remainder is checked again. If this remainder is 0, then what was received here was the right data word. It was this data word that was received, so it's accepted. If the remainder is anything other than 0, then it's discarded. This is the basic concept of cyclic redundancy check. Modulo 2 division will be explained later. So the pattern that I said, the divisor, can also be in the form of a polynomial with binary coefficients. A polynomial whose coefficients are all binary in nature, which we call the generator polynomial. It can also be in the form of bits. We will see how you can extract the bits from the polynomial, but you can also accept it as a polynomial. So here I have an example. In this polynomial, the degree of this polynomial is 6 because it's the highest degree. All arithmetic operations are the same on these polynomials. You can perform addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. It's a arithmetic polynomial operations. So here in this polynomial, the coefficient of all these terms, so x0 is 1, x1 is 1. So you extract all the coefficients and that gives you the pattern here, this unique pattern. It's easier, polynomials are preferred because it makes the whole process simple. Here you can see that this polynomial can be shortened. So wherever it's 0, I can remove it, and it can be 0 can be taken as a default. If I don't have that term present, the coefficient of that can be taken as 0, and you can just write this short form. So these are a few applications, and you can also use some division. You can use the same modulo 2 division using this polynomial, but that polynomial division is just normal arithmetic division.
Hi, so I'm Aditi Malya from Group 3, and I will be explaining modulo 2 division. So basically, modulo 2 division is similar to division of decimals, except here instead of subtraction we use XOR. So in each step, a copy of the divisor is XORed with the k bits of the dividend, and the remainder of the XOR operation is n minus 1 bits, which is used for the next step after one extra bit is pulled down to make it n bits long. So the remainder is appended at the sender side. Now at the sender side, the binary data is first augmented by adding k minus 1 zeros at the end of the data. Modulo 2 division is used to divide the binary data by the dividend and store the remainder of the division. So the remainder is appended at the end of the data to form the encoded data and is sent. At the receiver end, modulo 2 division is again performed, and if the remainder is 0, then it means that no errors have occurred. So let us look at an example for modulo 2 division. So in this example, the encoder takes a data work and it basically augments it with n minus k number of zeros. It divides the augmented data word by the divisor, and the divisor is chosen depending upon the expectations we have from the code. So here modulo 2 division takes place, and in each step a copy of the divisor is XORed with the 4 bits of the dividend. The remainder of the XOR operation, which is 3 bits, is used for the next step, and here an extra bit is pulled down to make it 4 bits long. All right, so yeah, so the code word can change during transmission. The decoder here has to do the same process of modulo 2 division, and here if the remainder of the so here the remainder of the division is called syndrome, and if the syndrome is all zeros, then it means that no error has occurred.
Hello, my name is Shraddha Ravi, and I'm going to be explaining the code that we wrote for CRC code generator. First things first, we accept the data and the pattern bits, or more likely the divisor bits, from the user. And the next step is to perform modulo 2 division on the data bits and the pattern bits. Doing so, we call the divide function, which is written here. And what exactly is done is we create a new array which will hold the entire length of the data bits that was sent plus the divisor that was sent. That's the length of that array. And we copy the data bits into that array using the array copy function here. Next, we have a reminder array in which it can hold the number of bits the divisor has, and this reminder array will hold the first number of bits from the data bits, meaning if the divisor length was 5, it would hold the first 5 bits of the data bits in it, according to this. That is what is being done first. Next, we have a loop, and this loop will take care of the modulo 2 division, such that the main concept of modulo 2 division is based on the bit. We either XOR the remainder bits with the divisor bits with 0 or 1, based on it being 0 and 1, basically. So what happens here is we will check the first bit of the remainder. If it is 1, we XOR the remainder bits with divisor bits, meaning we take the remainder, we use XOR function. It's a simple function that we've written here. According to that, it'll either return 0 or 1 based on the bits being equal or not. If they're both 1, we will return 0, otherwise we'll return 1. If one is 0 and the other one is 1, we'll return 1. That's basically an XOR function, and we use that. So if the remainder, the first bit of the remainder is 0 or 1, based on that, we will either have to XOR it with the divisor bits, or we XOR it with zeros. That is the main crux of the modulo 2 division. Once this is taken care of, we have to take the next bit from the dividend or the data bits and take it as carry for the next iteration of the modulo 2 division. So we take the next bit of the data pattern and put it as the last bit of the remainder, and we return that to the same function, and we keep not same function, to the same loop, and we keep doing it until we get a final remainder. It stops when there is no more carry, and the remainder is returned back to the main function. So once that is taken care of, so after this, we can print the remainder and the CRC code generator. The CRC code generator would be the data bits plus the remainder we get in the divide function, and we append it to the inputted data. That is our CRC code. Now we ask the user for a new, not a new code, for the code that they receive, and we will check if there is an error or not. So that is the main part of the second part of the code, where we ask the user for the received data, and then we call the receive function, which is here. So what happens here is we take the received data bits. We already have the divisor from the first part of the program, and here also we will perform the modulo 2 division. So again, we call the divide function, and we do the same thing that we did before to the data bits as well as the pattern, and in the end we get a reminder which is sent back here. We use that reminder, and then we check if all the bits in the reminder is 0, then we can say that there is no error. That is what we're doing here, basically. We check for all the bits in the reminder. If they're all 0, then they say there is no error. If it is not 0, we say there is an error. That is basically how we check if there is an error in the received data bits from the CRC code generator. Let's just take an example of this implemented. Say we have to enter the size of the data. Say that it is the data we are giving is of 10 bits, and we enter the data as so. And now we have to enter the pattern bits. Say it is of 5 length, and the pattern is 1. Now it will perform the modulo 2 division and for each step it shows the reminder, and based on that we get our next this thing until there is no more carry. We have the final reminder as 1110. So our CRC code is the bits, the data bits we entered plus the reminder that has been appended at the end. Now let's say we have received this data, so we will enter this data here. Once we have entered that, it will again perform the modulo 2 division, and we get a reminder as 00000, meaning our data received did not have an error. Say there is an error, so we will do the same. We will use the same code now. 110. Sorry, that was a mistake. Maybe 10 is the bit size, number of bits. Now we enter. Then we enter the size of the pattern, which is 1, 0, 0. We get this. Now say if there is an error in the received data, one of these bits won't be the same. So let's just change one of the bits. So say 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, and then again say we get a 0 instead of 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Then we get a reminder as 1110 after the modulo 2 division, and it'll say there is an error. This is how the code works. Thank you.